In this video, we're covering all the parts of the humerus so that you are better prepared for your exam. And be sure to check out that skeletal series playlist where I cover all the bones and their structures. The link is down below in the description. So we will first take a look at the humerus from the anterior view, and then we'll finish off with the posterior view. So here's the humerus from the anterior view, and we'll start with the proximal region. Now the smooth portion, and we'll get a better look at it from the posterior view, is referred to as the head, which articulates with the glenoid cavity of the scapula, forming the glenohumeral joint. Next we have the anatomical neck, which separates the head from the rest of the humerus. Here we have the greater and lesser tubercles, with the greater tubercle being superior to the lesser. The groove between the tubercles is called the intertubercular groove. It can only be seen from the anterior view. Then there's the surgical neck, which separates the tubercles and the head from the shaft. Now on the shaft, we have what is called the deltoid tuberosity, which is the small projection that sticks out laterally, meaning that it sticks out away from the midline of the body. Moving down the shaft, we have two ridges on the sides of the humerus called the supracondylar ridges. There's a lateral supracondylar ridge and medial supracondylar ridge. Remember that lateral is away from the midline of the body and medial is closest to the midline of the body. Next, we have the fossa of the humerus. Now remember that fossa is referring to a depression or dip-like structure. Here we have the coronoid fossa, which articulates with the coronoid process of the ulna, and the radial fossa, which articulates with the anterior portion of the head of the radius. Speaking of the ulna and radius, I have videos like this one on both of those bones. I will link it down below in the description. Feel free to check it out after this video. Next, we have the two epicondyles, this being the lateral epicondyle and this being the medial epicondyle. And finally, from this perspective, we have the trochlea and the capitulum. The trochlea articulates with the trochlear notch of the ulna, and the capitulum articulates with the cup-shaped head of the radius. Now, before we move on to the posterior view, be sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more educational content like this. Now, from this view, and we'll start with the upper portion here, we can see those same structures that we saw previously from the anterior view. The only structures we can't see from this view is the intertubercular groove and the lesser tubercle. And on the shaft of the humerus, we have a new structure called the radial groove, which is difficult to see on this model, but it is a thin groove that moves down the upper portion of the humerus shaft, neighboring the deltoid tuberosity. Now, in the inferior portion of the humerus from this point of view, we have the olecranon fossa, which receives the olecranon process of the ulna when the arm is fully extended. And from here, you can also see the previous structures that we saw before, except for the capitulum. Now that you know all the important structures of the humerus, you are now ready to watch the practice quiz video. You can click on it here on the upper right hand corner, and it comes with a free PDF document that has all the questions on there. Thank you guys so much for watching and liking this video. Continue studying, continue doing great things, guys, and I'll catch you all in the next one.